Welcome to this More for Apps video. Let's take a look at the document builder. This is part of the More for Apps Cloud Procurement Module. There's 4 parts to the document builder process with More for Apps. Part 1, downloading the open requisitions. If we press the download button at the top, we enter our search criteria. And in this case, we're just going to look at requisitions that have been created recently. This will download all the open requisition lines that aren't existing on a purchase order for us. We actually have to organize the requisition data into a form that can be used to create the purchase orders, and this is where Excel is really great. Let's take a look. So the method I'm going to use here is a simple sort. The first thing I'll do is I'll denormalize the data. This makes sorting that much easier. You can see here we've got the requisition lines. I'm going to organize by the supplier, the item, and the category. And this is just a basic Excel sort. I could use Visual Basic or an Excel script, etc. to build this data. These green rows indicate where the start of a purchase order will be. So you can see now I've got that purchase order information. I'm pulling across the supplier that's suggested from the requisitions. For this last one, I don't have a supplier, so I'm just going to use the data entry form. I could just type it in as well. In this case, I'm going to search for my supplier. And that'll pull back the default information for the supplier number in the site. Finally, I have to clear out the other header records. Each time you have a header record like this, create another purchase order. So technically, I can create a whole lot of purchase orders for each line. But in this case, we want to separate them into 3 purchase orders. I'll clear out the submit records because those will default automatically from the top. My requisition data is ready to load into purchase orders. Next up, we need to create the purchase orders. So to start with, we upload all the data. We've got create records at the header, and you'll see that the submit results and the submit process requisitions will process these requisitions into purchase orders. If you look to the left, you'll see that these purchase orders have been accepted, and you'll see there in the submit results we've got a purchase order number. I've created a formula in column H, so it just pulls the number out of the message. And then we can take this purchase order information and we can move on to part 4, which is updating and approving the purchase orders. We've kept this as a separate step on purpose. Key reason is that you may want to actually update the purchase order information. So if we go to our purchase order sheet here within the procurement module, we download these newly created purchase orders. We submit for approval, will be the default here, so that's the action we want to take. But let's say you had a couple of changes you need to make. For example, the price here on the line. We'll add a note to the supplier. In this case, we want to update the schedule shipping method. Now I might not be sure of what that value is, so I'll select one via the user form. And I'll set the mode here to do an update. Now we simply upload everything. And you can see that the approval status is set to accepted, and that PO line and that PO schedule change has been accepted as well. So it's really that simple to use the document builder process with More for Apps. Having the power of Excel to be able to slice and dice your requisition data to create the purchase orders is really key. From the advanced pre-validation logic at the upload stage to the flexible worksheet layout so you can align columns to how you want to see the data, and of course that enhanced downloading option. Thanks for watching this video.